Make real. Listen real.
Welcome to the Millennials Corner, where most of us are lost in a trance. Hey yo! Welcome back to the Millennials Corner, where most of us are lost in a trance. Here you know, man, that we try to introduce you to the people, the ideas, as well as the messages that could help transform your life at home, at school, and all the other social spaces you should oftentimes find yourself trapped in, with work included. This is the part 2 where I'm joined by Veli Phasha. He was here, he introduced himself, but for now, on this session, we want to talk about more serious stuff. I want Veli to take us through what he does as a profession. So, dude, take us through it.
So yeah, I think we already got into the whole introduction, but just to also unpack it because it's very important to this session, right? So, igama uvelile isibongo Phasha. And then my mom calls me Velile, which I always say it's reserved for her because that's when I know, like,
Yeah.
So Uveli, and then I allow people to call me Uveli. How it started is just like girls, Veli. It just sounded nice, when I was growing up. But later on, I just wanted, I guess when I was trying to think of a brand of what I do, like from a freelance perspective or from a creative perspective as an individual, with no organization or backing of any kind of like corporate, so I took Veli Phasha, and then I've always liked it to be one word instead of Veli Phasha, so now it's like Veli Phasha. So you should check me out on Instagram, definitely. Veli Phasha is one word, Phasha. So what I do, so I'm primarily, or how I got into the game, as a photographer.
Yeah, sure.
Right, and that was, how long ago was that? It was probably right after I dropped out, which was probably 2014, I think, if my memory serves me. Yeah, but 2014, and I just.
So you can't remember when you dropped out?
I'm bad with dates, like, generally.
Shit.
So I don't even bother. Though. That's something I can't tell what was happening last year. I can't tell what happened last week. So I don't have a memory bank that's that clear.
But you remember what you said to them when the session started?
Yeah, that's still fresh.
Okay, I follow you.
Yeah, it's still fresh. Yeah, well, so yeah, I think every time I sleep, you just speedy, but yeah, and I'm not recycle pin, so you can't recycle shit. So 2014, I hope it's 2014. I'm sure my Facebook could help me with that, but I'm sure it's 2014. Dropped out. Yeah, so what I was studying there was like studying multimedia.
Yeah.
Weird enough, which is what I'm doing right now, right? So that's why for me it's always like been a thing of, it's a calling type of vibe. Yeah, so studied that shit. I didn't want to study multimedia. I just wanted to be what we're doing right now. I guess like radio personality vibe, because I felt like I had the Saudi sauce.
Another thing.
So so it was that, but lack of information. I went into what I went into, and well, I'm here now. But how it started was I was going through my laptop after dropping out, which I didn't really drop out, right? I just got excluded. So essentially it is dropping out. It's like, I'm making it sound like I had a choice, but I had a choice in participating, when being active, but I wasn't. So I don't know what I was thinking, but that was definitely going to lead to an exclusion of sorts. So I was chilling on my laptop, I remember I was just going through the pictures folder, and then I just realized that I was not in any of the pictures. And then I think the epiphany happened right there. Like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm not in front of the camera, I'm behind the camera. So maybe that's what I should be doing with my life. And then I picked it up from there. I didn't also like practice it immediately because a lot was happening. I also needed to put food on the table. Then that's when I went to retail, got a job, which I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to be here for more than 2 years. And I am one of my biggest, I don't know if I should say it's a big weakness, but I'm incapable of planning my life. So what I do instead, what I find very helpful for me is I just project. Like right now, I want to get married, right? I don't. I do not have a plan on how I'm gonna get there. Which a lot of everything in my life is like that. If you had told me maybe 3 years back that you'd be here, I was like, man, dog, you're joking. So I just think of it. I spend so much time thinking about something, and I think that's when the manifestation happens. Just thinking about it, putting it into the universe, and then from that point on, I was there, and charity, and then I remember also I was frustrated with the idea of me not being in control of my own time, because in retail it's very, like it's insanely busy. Also, even on weekends, you don't have weekends to yourself.
My nigga, what you did in that boardroom was amazing, bro. How did you do it?
If I'm not in control of the situation,
and it's super saddening, dog. Like I hope it will be bright of me to maybe address you as a creative. It is really sad, like you find creatives having to do like jobs in sales, having to do jobs in retails, having to do jobs that will force them to actually end up slapping their boss, getting in all those kind of sort of troubles. Like when did you like kind of realize that this is not me, and how was that transition from your retail job to what you do right now?
It was easy, so that's why I felt like it's not me. So I'm like, generally I'm not a person that likes to do easy things, so it was easy for me. And I don't think it's very egotistical for me to say this, but this is what happened. I had made a plan, like not even made a plan, but I had made up my mind that if I'm gonna stay here, right? Because at some point I had like two minds with it, or just not so fixated on one idea, or one path. But when I thought about it, I was like, so how do I make sure I'm known in the space? I was like, I have to wake up early, come to work early, an hour early, show how eager to learn I am, and that's it. For me, that's what it took. Like, ngifike esipanini early, mangifike esipanini ngiyasiza. I'm always willing to do whatever they want me to do in order to do everything that I want to do type of situation, So it was just that it was very specific, and it did not feel like I would be going through a maze. It just felt like 1, 2, 3, boom. And that's what happened. Like 1, 2, 3, I was an assistant head cashier, and then not even like officially, but I was the person that you consult or you talk to when the head cashier is not there.
So it's like they just put you there in case.
And there was a lot of responsibility because we're talking about money.
Absolutely.
And so it's not someone that you could. When I'm tabang with bangakthemba ngenyu.
I always look like money. So money is my thing, Joe.
So that happened, and then from there I was just gunning for a managerial position. And it looked clear. But the funny part is when I quit, I was right at the brink of it. Like they just offered me a promotion, and it couldn't be any clearer because it's like I knew this was gonna happen, And then that's what happened. So it wasn't hard for me to pull away from that and just to jump into the other stuff. I already knew like deep down that this is what I want to do, you know. And even getting to retail, it wasn't so much it's a stepping stone. No, it wasn't. I need to put food on the table, and this is what's available right now. And the pay was also great, you know, because I worked at Zara Home, you know? And it's also like a very big brand, you know, so it's not like Mr. Price in terms of income or salary.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, so they they were getting at the time they're probably getting between 2.8 to 3.5.
Yes.
Whereas on my end I was getting from I think 4.5 all the way to probably 6K.
Yeah, sure.
Well, depending obviously on how the month was. But I remember at some point the basic was 5.5.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, that's also why I did it.
It's super dope, man. I think your story is super inspirational because it's like it brings to light the fact that our desire for more positive experience, it's itself a negative experience. And paradoxically, our acceptance for a negative experience, it's itself a positive experience. The more you the quicker you accept the negatives, the better, because now you will try and find ways on how to deal with your negatives so that you can turn them into positives. And I think that's super inspiring. I know there's someone out there who's watching, who's listening to this, who's like on the verge of quitting their job, but they are the absolute breadwinner. They feel so misaligned, but because of the food that they have to put on the table at the end of the month, at the end of the week, or whatsoever, they have to be there. What would you say to that particular person?
Yeah, because I want to touch on that a little bit, right? So I think in life the most important thing is yourself, right? So what do I mean? Some people choose, I think if you decide to keep being a breadwinner in such circumstances, as you being selfless, right? Then which is admirable. Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that's a way that we should live, you know? So it's that whole saying of teach a man to fish and feed him his whole life, right?
Yeah, don't give a man a fish, but teach him how to fish.
Yes, because if you give him a fish, you're feeding him every day.
Yeah, sure.
So they completely dependent on you. But if you teach them how to fish, you actually are setting them free. They can fend for themselves, you know. So that for me is very important in the sense of when I quit my job, right? It was a thing of, because at the time I was taking care of people.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not talking like babies. I'm talking like old people. You know,
Sure.
Not even like old and like makulu or but people that could do shit for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess we also like in life given different responsibilities. But the point that I'm trying to get to is when I quit my job, one, my character was questioned. You know, it's like, okay, who's gonna do this? Why you? We and I was tandy and all of that. But in my mind, I was like, the bigger goal is my happiness. You know, and I cannot allow myself to be in such a situation because one, like fundamentally, me as umuntu, I do not want to feel like I'm not in control of my life.
Absolutely.
I don't want that feeling. So as soon as it creeps in, I act in defense of my space and my emotions. You know, so it had felt like I'm not living my life because I have this. I have to provide. You know, and I want to be this. So then I've always thought of it as me not providing for you now is not going to be like a thing of years and years and years. Maybe years, yes, but it's not going to be a thing of forever. I'm taking a step away and you're going to starve, but it's all in good faith.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let me go away, get the bag, the real bag that will have my emotions tied into it, like just happiness. So for the person that's chilling and they're still like trying to like maybe contemplating shouldn't I, you know, I understand why you think you shouldn't because people are dependent on you, but for how long?
Because honestly you might be chilling there at your comfort zone, so comfortable with what God used to do, and trust me guys, change is inevitable. If you don't change, nothing new will happen. God will keep on doing what he used to do in your life, and no change will happen, and you will always remain the person, probably the same person, which is absolutely as a young person you don't want to see happen to your life.
Yeah, and it's an injustice to the people that you love.
Yeah.
Right, to be unhappy for them. Yes, everything is taken care of, but if you are deteriorating from inside out, I don't think people that love you would want that. You know? So once I if anything, I encourage people to take such risks in life, because without risk, I'm not cool. Because what a risk does is yak stretch.
Yeah.
So like, there's no way a risk doesn't stretch you. And so it stretches your mind, especially if it's a positive risk. So a positive risk would be in the pursuit of happiness in the context of dreams and careers, and creativity or whatever the case is. But
and securing the bag, man.
Yeah, I don't think that's what we should make it about. Because if it was about that, I was gonna stay.
I got you.
Sure. The umbrella for this conversation, or the big thing, is happiness. What makes you happy? If what makes you happy is you providing for a family, in those circumstances where you're unhappy, then that's okay. I'm not gonna say that's unfortunate, which I just did, but yeah, it shouldn't be like that. So yeah, for me, it wasn't easy, dog, because I remember, I'm never gonna forget that shit. Weird enough, because I forget a lot of shit.
Yeah, man.
So mama wanted to give me hamba umhlaba mawukushaya ungabuyi, ne umhlaba uyahlaba, right? And that shit yangihlala off ntwana, ngithola yangihlala off. I even took a walk. Yeah, well, I don't remember if I was really crying, but I remember it was weighing heavy on my soul and my spirit, you know. And me being the kind of person I am, I don't let shit slide. Yeah, if I don't let it slide. Yeah, well. So I took the walk, came back, and then I'm jail. I'm like, yo, so do you realize that you just cursed me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not doing what you want me to do. And so I understand that I'm providing and I'm doing all of these things, and I have these responsibilities. But you just cursed me as your child. Like, and so I'm joking. Not that things are going to flop for me. And so, but it would be the saddest thing if I go out there and then shit don't work because I think I even told them, like, for me personally, the beauty of this whole thing, it hurts me, you know this, right? But you're not in control of my life. And so, because I was born in a Christian family.
Yeah.
And so, I was brought up in a Christian family. Yeah, so I was like, my fate is not tied to you. But if I don't make it, it's because God doesn't want me to make it. Yeah, it's not because you instructed or valama amarading ukuthi angeke ubophe na ngilento. So I'm trying and I would like for you to take it back. I don't think into kumele uyisho. I don't think any mama kumele ayisho emntaneni wakhe, especially from umuntu amlethe la emhlabeni. I mean, she heard me. I don't remember if she took it back, but even that alone was a drive for me. When told her, you probably are counting. I don't think that was like a thing, you know. She was probably hurt, but in my mind I was thinking, you're probably waiting for me to fail so I can come back and like, so you told me. So I'm not gonna give you that satisfaction. So I must struggle, definitely, which I did, you know. And I think her realizing that I'm self-sufficient made her gravitate towards me more, because even at that time we didn't have that relationship, and now we have an amazing relationship. You know, she understands my journey. Creativity like, I don't think we don't say this enough, and I'm not saying this to discourage people, but creativity and the way in a corner is severe. And that is discouraging enough.
Absolutely.
But it's that thing when you know, dog, like for me it was like there isn't anything else that I'm gonna do. This is what I wanna dedicate my life to. And weirdly enough, I just learned of the ideology or the quote, which you find something you love and let it kill you. And I did not understand what it meant, but for me it was literal. Yeah, but what needs to kill me, I'm gonna die. Yes, there's a border. But a beautiful death for me, or a poetic death, would be dying and trying to do what I love. Yeah.
Whew. That was a lot, man. Like, I truly appreciate everything that you have to say, dog, because it's so inspiring. You know, and I know that everybody watching this, everybody listening to this is kind of like reflecting and should be inspired by this. And you need to understand as a creative that on your journey, on your pursuit to what we'd say is your goals, you will need to have these comforting conversations at some point. You will find yourself in spaces where you feel very uncomfortable. Embrace that, man. Push and make sure that you do realize your dreams. And
so don't close it. You can't close. I have to read something. Yeah.
Bear in mind that in creativity, but that shouldn't be the limitation for Wena as an individual. So what is it that you wanted to share with us?
So this was just what I got this from, I'm bad with names, but I got this from the Capitalist Nigga.
Yeah, sure.
Right. And then he says something like, which is very close, and I think I should have it as a tattoo. But he's saying, it is better to die in the sustained effort to reach your goals than to die from fear of not evening. See where the English is. It is better to die in the sustained effort to reach your goals than to die from fear of not even venturing. So,
for the people at the back, Jay, that was everything that like sum up the conversation I just had with Veli. Okay.
How did you get this?
Yo guys, this could go on forever and ever, but thank you so much for staying with us on the Millennials Corner, where most of us are lost in a trance. You know, find me on Instagram. I'm Luyanda.
I'm Veli Phasha for the kind of work that I do, which is nude photography. I know people like it for the wrong reasons. But yeah, man, Veli Phasha on Instagram, check it out. Personal account is Veli Phasha. And yeah, I don't follow anyone. That's the cool part about it.
Make sure that you do the right thing, man. Engage with Veli. I think like he's got very imperative insight that could help you, building up to achieving those goals, to realizing those dreams. I'd like to linger a little longer, but unfortunately time has come for me to say peace out.
Hit me the fuck up.
Yeah, man.
I'll catch you.
Listen real.